Well, we're also joined by suspended COPE councillor Colleen Makhubele, listening to that conversation. Councillor Makhubele, good evening, and thank you very much for your time and for joining us tonight here on In Focus. So it seems an interim provincial structure is empowered by the Constitution to suspend you. How do you receive the news of your suspension? All right, Councillor Makhubele, I hope you can hear me. The conversation seems to indicate that the interim provincial committee is empowered by the Constitution to suspend you pending a disciplinary hearing. How do you receive the news of your suspension?
Good evening, Thabo, and good evening to the viewers. Thank you for having me. Let me start by saying that it's unfortunate that Ntato Bloom and whatever factions that they are busy having some kangaroo courts and meetings outside the structures of COPE have really degraded to this level that they would issue a letter amongst themselves, send it to the media, create this hoo-ha. I'm not suspended. I'm not barred from any duties. I'm a councillor in the city of Johannesburg, carrying out my duties as I ought to. And the leadership, the national leadership, is intact and in support of what I'm doing. We don't know who Ntate Bloom is talking to in national leadership. Nobody can attest to where he gets his mandate to even speak on this matter at this stage. Yeah. So it's just unfortunate that it's really putting our party in a bad light. Yeah. You know, those kind of behaviors.
Jimmy says it's not national. Of course, he's also saying they were informed by the provincial team that this is a decision that they have taken on that meeting. So as far as you're aware, the meeting held on the 10th of September, was that a properly constituted meeting? Who was at that meeting? And were those people empowered to take the decision that they've taken?
There is no provincial structure of COPE that sat on that day to take any decision. Whoever sat with Ntate Bloom, as we understand from Policy Jackson, who wrote that letter was dictated to him by Ntate Bloom, and he's been under pressure from him to write that letter to suspend me. We don't know where he gets his mandate. Policy wrote that letter, he sent it through, and all of us are seeing it flying around. So there is no provincial structure that has written that. We've got a provincial chairperson, Ntate Mufokeng. He does not sit in that structure, and Ntate Bloom has created some interim structure somewhere that is unconstitutional, not mandated to do anything. Those are the same people that went to feast the president, in front of the nation the other day. So it's unfortunate that we've got leaders like him. And what you must understand is the crisis that he's in, because he sits in this coalition structure with the DA. He's under pressure to deliver my head on a silver platter to Madame Zille and the DA. And we understand now that even, and I can confirm, some of our national leaders have been bribed to make sure that these councillors are not in council on the 28th of September. Hence, he's under pressure to try every means to get rid of me. But it's unfortunate that we are not run by national spokespersons. We are run by the constitution of the land, the constitution of the party, the oath of office that we took, and we stand by that. And anything other than that is just a media sensation, and it's unfortunate that he's creating a mockery out of himself and now out of the party as well.
Are you taking any legal steps towards that letter?
Yes, I am consulting legal, and they will be responding to it, because at some stage I'm going to have to deal with him on a personal basis for defamation of character. He has no mandate to be sitting on national TV saying what he's saying. I've been in touch with the president today. I've been in touch with the national leadership today. I've been in touch with the regional leadership today. All of us are shocked at what he's doing under the pressure of the DA. We are not the DA, and I think that's what other national leaders, also other parties, must also understand for themselves, that the Blue must understand COPE is not run by the DA. An instruction of the DA is not a mandate of our party. We've got our own party, we're independent, and we're not going to allow the white supremacy in their fashion to create factions within ourselves, because that's how the white supremacy operates. First, they must divide you and your leadership. Then it must be black against black. At the end of the day, they are the only ones that are winning, and we look like we are jokes in the media. So I'm not going to allow that. My party is not going to allow that. If Ntate Bloem is under so much pressure to please the white master, he needs to go back and apologize and give back whatever it is. I don't know what has happened between them. And because I'm not going anywhere.
Well, as you put it, loud and clear, Colleen Makhubele, she's not going anywhere. She's saying that as far as she's concerned, there's no structure nationally, provincially, or regionally that has suspended her, and she will be in that council on September 28th.